Thanks for coming back to join me. I'm going to tell you all about my Stitch Week. Well, it's been a couple of weeks actually, because I wasn't able to visit with you as soon as I wanted to. Sometimes the grandkids have other plans for me, like, oh, I don't know, I'm in quarantine and I can't go to school for a week. Yeah, that's my life. So, here I am. And this is my visit to get you caught up on all the crazy things I signed up to do in my retirement. And I just want to give you a little warning. Yeah, ease yourself into retirement if you are considering it. I have gone a little overboard, but not in a bad way. You know, it's fun. There's lots of projects, but I did get this feeling that, wow, maybe, maybe I did a little too much, but I'm totally fine with it. Summer break starts soon. The grandkids are as involved as I could get them. I have summer recreation camp, day camp. I have library clubs. Of course, you got your summer reading list. Yeah, Grandma's a real stickler on that one. And then you have summer school, but, not in a bad way. So I got the little one going to, I'm calling it summer camp for her. And, just get her better prepared for first grade because it was a brutal, brutal kindergarten year for so many of the kids. So hopefully, just want them to be well adjusted. And the big guy is going to some kind of enrichment camp. Not really sure what that means, but he's happy about it. So I get to play taxi driver, which is not a problem. I'm used to stitching for 20 minutes and running out the door to go pick somebody up. I can fit in stitching time easily because I'm good like that. I can do that. I can multitask. But for today, everybody's in school and tomorrow. So let me get you caught up on what's happening. First, I'd like to point out Stitching Joy right over here. I'm getting good at decorating. Yeah, so this is Stitching Joy for the month of July. And it is called Be Happy, because why not? Be happy. The bumblebee theme, it's just so cute. And combined with a denim background, just adorbs. And you throw some sunflowers in there and you can't go wrong. So Stitching Joy is an auto-ship program that I started. And there is still time to sign up because you could just join in at any time. So go to my website, stitchingwithgina.com, and look at the Stitching Joy auto-ship program. And it's the first of, I hope, many to come. It's my pilot program, so I worked out a few kinks with the e-commerce website that, this new technology. I'm not always very good at it, but I figured it out, and it's working smoothly. So you can jump in and join anytime. And, just email me if there's some previous months that you would like to do. And I can get you caught up on that. Or you can just join in for the next. So we have Be Happy, then we have Orange Peel, and then we have some really nice autumn one and a really nice holiday one. So I think you'll enjoy it. And it's wool applique. These are die-cut kits. All the floss, needle, stitch guide, everything is included in the kit. It's $14 a month plus $5 shipping fee. And it comes straight to your door, along with an email with a link to an online video, YouTube video, where I step you through the instructions to complete the project. So you'll have written instructions, but you'll also have me right there kind of stepping you along. I mean, why should you read the pattern if I'm there with you? So, oh, and excuse the frogs. Apparently, it's not allergies. Upper respiratory and pneumonia, but I feel fine. Antibiotics are great, and I'm good to go. I just sound funny. I heard that. I know what you just said. Anyway, And, oh, I can give you a little sneak peek of the next Stitching Joy. This is orange peel. Isn't it adorable? So these, I'm calling these flip cards. And so they're a little bit stiff. As you can see, there's a product inside that keeps them straight and cute. And it goes on a little stand, and you can flip your project to display the finished piece each month or whenever you feel like flipping them. It's just a really little cute decor piece. You could put it in your home office, your regular office, your kitchen, wherever you want, because it just brings some joy to you. And you have fun stitching them, and they're really manageable projects, you know? You don't have to commit to this giant, you know, heirloom kind of project. You could just have some fun. All right, so that's Stitching Joy. And I thought I would fill you in on all the things I've been working on. And I wrote them down because there's a lot, but they're a lot in a good way. So the first thing is I'll fill you in on color blocks. As you know, DebbieBrownQuilts.com is where you can sign up to participate in her 2021 Quilt Along for color blocks. Color blocks are just scrappy blocks. I have them behind me, but you might not have it in the camera view. They're just scrappy little 16 patch blocks. And every month, Debbie will give you a pattern to use your scrappy blocks. And she also gives you a machine quilting video technique to quilt the quilt with, because she takes you through start to finish. And then you have 12 quilts at the end of the year, and it's great. You know, it's simple, it's easy, and it's not complicated stitching. And that's what I like about it. So my blocks behind me that I just showed you are for June, and the June quilt is called, I forget. It's not really called I forget. Snowballs, or Snowball Chance. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I forgot. But that's just incentive for you to go look. And so they're basically going to be a snowball block, which is a traditional block, and the setting is cute, and the quilting design is a snowflake pattern that's easy to do on your domestic sewing machine. I'll do mine on the long arm because I have one, and you know, just get the quilt done. Last month I fell a little behind. The month before that I fell behind. So I did catch up in May. I was able to, over Memorial Weekend, get a lot of stitching in, and I finished Gemstones, which was the quilt for that month. And I'll give you just a quick little peek. That's kind of a little, you know what I mean, a quick peek. So there are some of my gemstones. And I use this really nice grayish hashtag fabric for my background. And it really sets off the brights without it being a white background or a black background. So I wanted to add a little variety into my quilts. And so it turned out real nice. I like it. It will be quilted. I've been doing some quilting. The quilt that was on the machine for like 2 months finally got quilted. I posted on my Facebook group. If you haven't joined, we'd love to have you. The group name is What's Under Your Needle. It is a private group, so just apply to be a member and I'll approve your membership, and you can start posting your projects and see what we've been doing. And so after I get things quilted, I post them up there. So I did find a stack of quilts that are small, and they're going to be for, we're going to New Jersey for a little camping trip in August. Glamping. Okay, there's a cabin. It has a potty, has beds, has air conditioning. Not for me, of course, for the husband. But I don't sleep on the ground anymore. My days of camping with my boys are behind me. The last trip, we couldn't get a fire started. Can you imagine? I've got 4 grown boys and they can't start a fire. I guess it's a good thing. Anyway, so it's a kind of a fun camping. Excuse me. A fun little camping trip. And some of my son's Local friends will be joining us along with all my other grandkids. And every time Grandma goes to Jersey, she brings a stack of quilts. And the friends of the family, they need quilts too. So I'm sharing the love. And so I found a stack of 10 quilt tops that I had made when I had the shop. And they're just fun and cute, and they need to be quilted and loved. And that's what's going to happen over this summer. So I'll be sure to get those quilts done to bring to the kids in New Jersey. So that's a big summer project for me. So to continue, so we have the color blocks, right? And then we have, I remember telling you about the Santa tree, the turkey, and me. And that is a wool applique club, not a club, I'm sorry, a wool applique pattern that my friend in Ohio and I were doing. So at the end of this video, there's a how-to that I already filmed on how to do that particular pattern. So I picked a block and I show you how to do it. See if it's something you like to do. If it isn't, you could just, be entertained by it. And of course, I have not even finished one block. I'm sorry to say. But I also am not pressuring myself because I'm going to find joy in my stitching, and nobody can take that from me. So my friend finished. I have not even finished block 1. Check. And that brings us to Dancing Chickens and Flying Pigs, which I showed you my block last time. It's right there over my shoulder. And I did get my next box. So block 2. So we got one block finished and one in the box. So I have that here in my stack of mail that came to me over this past, seems like everything comes at once, like the past week or 10 days. So I will be continuing by stitching block 2. And that's through Red Barn Ranch in Texas. And what I really like about doing these projects is I feel connected to other places that I can't get to. And so this place is in Texas, and I feel like I get to know people from a distance away. And these ladies who run, mostly ladies, I haven't ran into any gentlemen doing them, but mostly ladies who are running these block programs or stitch-alongs are just really fun people, and they start a Facebook group. And then you get to see what everybody else is posting and how people have changed it slightly to make it their own. And it's just really a lot of fun. And I'm really enjoying it. So if you haven't once before done any of them, you might want to think about it. It doesn't have to be applique, of course. I mean, there's quilting, there's all kinds of stuff. So that brings me to my next block of the month, called, it's from stitchesoflovequilting.com. And this is a mother-daughter team, and they're in Tallahassee, Florida. They do a lot of really nice instructional videos on machine applique. So anyone who knows me as a quilter, as a stitcher, I love machine applique. I like hand applique too, but to me, when you use the machine, all that thread and stitching, it just adds another layer of design element to the project, and I really enjoy it. So they suckered me in by showing me an adorable Halloween block of the month. Yes, please. So I'm signed up for that, and my first block is here. But a cute little thing that they do is they welcome you to the Block of the Month program, and they send you a little gift project to kind of get you warmed up, which is very fun. Excuse me. So I did my cute little spider pillow. I call them smalls, like a lot of people. So this is one of my smalls. It goes into my small basket. And it got me all psyched for my Boo Crew. Adorable little box. Oops, glare. That's the other fun thing. They come in a little box, and you can just stack the boxes up and get to them when you want. So this has been sitting intentionally for, I don't know, like a week or something. And it's so nicely done. So I got a nice little postcard from the two lovely ladies there. I don't remember their names, but that's okay. Yeah, they didn't sign their name. That's okay. They're stitches of love. So, got my little banner, the Boo Crew. Welcome to the Boo Crew. And it comes in a cute little box. And I'm opening it up because I want to show you the project. So you know why. There you go. So I'm tipping it so there's no glare. And I love Halloween. And then you combine that with cuteness, not spookiness. And I think the reason they call it the Boo Crew is because there's a witch and a vampire and a candy corn guy. And so that's the crew. And the last month is going to be to do the haunted house in the middle. And this is a 14-month program. So it's not going to be ready for this Halloween. But that is okay. And then I got my fabric to use for this month. And this really cool thing is these laser cut pre-fused fabric. So they're all cut out. And here's a piece just to, I don't know what that is, but I believe it's a spider this month because I see spider legs. Yeah, for sure. So, some spiders. So I'm looking forward to that one. I hope that I get to show it to you, the first block finished next time. I'm sure I will. Yeah, I'm sure. Because, you know, when you're retired, if you're not already, I know I keep saying I'm retired. My husband's like, shut up already. There's a lot of hours in the day, and you know, laundry and washing the floor and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, it doesn't take that long if you're motivated. And so I'm motivated to go quick to get downstairs to the sewing. So I have no doubt that I will be stitching. And this one will tie me to the machine. A lot of my other block of the month and my other hand stitching projects are intentionally hand stitched because I can watch the children outside with the bikes and stuff. I cannot watch them at the lake and stitch because I have got to have my eyes on them at all times. You know, yeah, I'm not taking my eyes off them when they're in the water. So, you know, so this one's going to be fun. Then, so that's the Boo Crew, right? And, you know, I talk about these block of the months to my friends, and I select my friends. You know, I select the one that I'm going to pick. You know, you pick the weakest one in the bunch, and you call them and say, hey, you want to do this block of the month with me? They can't say no because it's cute. Well, I got a double whammy. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. So I tried to get my friend, my stitching friend, you know who you are. Initials are PG. Oh, you want to do this Boo Crew with me? Because I know she likes the kind of thing that I like with the Boo Crew, right? The bright colors. And she's got a beautiful new sewing machine, and she will love to do these stitches. Because the other thing about Stitches of Love Quilting is you can sign up for the machine, sewing machine applique, or embroidery machine applique. So this embroidery in the hoop thing, I thought, well, maybe she would like it because she just got that new machine. Well, you know, life gets in the way. She didn't get around to signing up. And then I think they were full, or she says they're full. But she found a different one that she liked. And it is called Snow Buddies. And she says, do you want to do snow buddies with me? Well, how can I say no? I just asked her to do Boo Crew with me. So now, yeah, snow buddies. So I call that the double whammy. She got me. The only pleasure I can take out of this is these are snowmen that are so darn cute. And it is a quilt with a lot of background, a lot of piece background. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do all of the applique blocks, and I'm going to see about maybe isolating parts of this quilt into some maybe table runner or table topper combo for the living room, kitchen for the holiday. I don't necessarily think I want it as a quilt, but that's the joy of it. I can do what I want. So more on that when I get my little welcome to the block of the month project. So I did that little pillow. So the other one is in the mail on the way. So I can't wait to see what that's going to be. So I'll stitch up that little guy real quick. And then I'll keep you updated on snow buddies. That's buddies, not bunnies. Buddies with the cold. It might sound funny. And then we have Just Another Button Company. Then I do those cute little pincushion pillows. But the reason I'm doing that program is because I get to collect these beautiful handmade pin tops. I'll show you. Okay, isn't that cute? So here are the pins. And so they're made, handmade with clay. And you get 3 pins a month, and you get a free pattern for a pin cushion. I made this into a little pillow instead of a pin cushion. And I changed it up. So in my last video, I told you about that. So my friend in Southern Connecticut loved it so much, she signed up. Tell you, you might not, being friends with me, I'll get you involved. You gotta watch what you do. So anyway, the next one that came is really nice summery. And I'll find that. One moment. Here it is. So this is an ongoing, it goes until you quit. And the Button Company has been around for a very long time, so they're not quitting. And so the pins, the collection pins series for this one, if you can see, they're just little citrus slices and a little white flower. So cute. It looks like a grapefruit, but I think it's an orange. And then there's a lime. And then the little white flower with a yellow center. And here's the cute little project. And I think I'm going to do it just the way they have it, because it's cute. So it's a little glass of citrus drink, and you put the little pins. So cute. And I'm still looking for the right shadow box to put in my sewing room to display all these little cuteness. So the ongoing project is to find the right shadow box. So that is from Just Another Button Company. Check them out online. They have so many fun little buttons and pin tops and little kits that they sell. I'm going to get one of the little kits to show you. They're so cute. They're like a round ball of wool that they make into something like a sheep. And then they put little pins in it. So cute. So go take a look. I know I say cute a lot, but that's the word. That's what they are. So anyway, my friend in Southern Connecticut has joined me with that one. So I have someone fun to share that with. And of course, you guys. And then that brings me to Bowie Star. So you know David Bowie, of course. And I've yet to remember what song this is. But that was the inspiration for the designer, Jen Kingwell from Australia. And I signed up for that through Sue Spargo's website, her newsletter. And I just like that I'm going to get someone else's selections of colors and, you know, put this project together. I did see the project. It's not a mystery. And I think it's going to be fun. And again, these ladies are wonderful because they create a Facebook group, and it's been fun already because my first block, I did not stitch right, and it was all three-dimensional. It wouldn't lie flat because I had the center diamond in wrong. Apparently, I was not the only one. Because once you post your mistake, everyone else says, "Oh, I did that too. Me too." So, yes, it was fun. So I am hand piecing it. You can piece by machine. But one of Jen Kingwell's passions is hand piecing. And she does a lot of that kind of thing. And I get to understand and know people through that group, which I think is so much fun. So I did get my first month, and I got 16 10-inch squares of fabric choice from Sue Spargo's shop. And here's 2 of my blocks in the back. So this month we got block 1 and 2, and we had to make 2 of each. And so here's 1, and that was the one that I made the mistake and had to rip it out and redo it, which is okay, and that one. And so I am doing hand piecing. Jen had a video online, and you know, the nice thing is no one is right or wrong in how they approach quilting or stitching. We know that. We've been doing this for a long time. And as a quilter, I try everything and anything because I might like that approach better. And one of the things that I've decided to do with this hand piecing project that I did not do with my last one is to starch my fabric. So I got spray starch, a lightweight spray starch, and I spray my block of fabric on both sides. And then, did you ever read the instructions on a spray can? You're supposed to let it sit and absorb into the fibers. I did not know that. So I spray them, stack them all up, put them over there, then I flip it over and I start pressing the first block, and I use steam. I like the heat of steam, and it penetrates all the fibers. And I did like how it came out when it was all done. It did have a really nice hand to it. And, you know, say what you will about starch. Whatever. Do what you like. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Sort through them, find who you are as a stitcher, and be that person. I am. I do listen, and I do try things, because you never know, you might come up with something you like. And after all these years, I did find something I like, which is pre-starching my little squares for hand that I'm going to hand piece. I don't necessarily think I need to do it for any of my other piecing. First of all, for color blocks, I always stitch them. The final block gets starched, lightly starched, and ironed, because I want to take as much stretch out of the fibers as possible, because they're going to get handled. And so I starch them and steam them, and then I trim them to size, and then they go ready to go into the quilt. So I do like doing that. So you try what you like and don't listen to everyone else. Find out who you are and be you. So block 1 and 2, 2 blocks of block 1. I did not do block 2 yet. But the interesting thing that I discovered when I got that shipment is that if you actually read the description of the program, well, first of all, here you go. So that's block 1 and block 2. I'm tipping it so the glare is not there, I hope. So, apparently at the bottom, in very fine print, it says, welcome, blah, blah, blah. Where is the part oh, there's the part. Welcome to Bowie Star, Template of the Month program. I didn't even know. So these are templates. And the funny thing about Australia, and I gotta look into this because I'm so curious, they use a different size paper. We have 8.5 by 11, and they have 8.5 by 11.5 because it's a ½ inch bigger. And so I have to trim it to fit in my, but luckily there's a lot of weight margin. I was able to trim it. But anyway, I got 2 sets of templates, and so I use my sandpaper board. I believe I showed you how to do hand piecing. I believe it's my very first video. So you can look back at that. So my videos are here to just tell you about me as a stitcher. I love joining in with other people and talking about stitching. So this is kind of a one-way conversation, but if you do, please comment below because I want to hear your side of what I'm talking about and what you know and what you want to share with me. But in every video, I'm going to try to include a tip and instructional how-to at the end. So at the end of the first one, I believe is when I showed hand piecing. And then I showed some English paper piecing. And at the end of this video, you're going to see how I do the Dancing Chickens Flying Pigs applique. So I show you how I trace on my light box and what I do and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on what comes next. And we did just receive these, so it's going to be another month, and I have plenty of time to do my other 2 blocks. I don't feel rushed at all. The only thing I had a question about is why did I get so much fabric? And so I'm being very conservative because I think I'm supposed to use that fabric in a lot of the other blocks coming along the way. So it'll be interesting to see next month if I get more fabric. I really wasn't able to get an answer to that question. And guess what? It's a mystery. Who knows? I have plenty of fabric, so I'm never going to run out of fabric. Really, I'm not. So anyway, that is the update on that project. Now, that's about it on the quilting side. You know, quilting, hand piecing, applique. While I stitch, just for background noise, I watch YouTube videos. It all started with Lori Holt. I asked you to check her out last time. I hope you did. She has a kind of a very calming voice, and her videos are full of information about how she stitches and how she approaches things. And that's what we like when we join other stitchers, is just see, how do you do that and what is it you do and why? And then maybe you try things yourself, which I think I've said plenty of times already. So I really enjoy watching, but the problem is, and it's not really a problem I want help with, is that I get motivated to do other projects. And she does a lot of sew-alongs, a lot of that kind of thing, and she does cross-stitch. So she takes her quilt and then she does it into a cross-stitch design. And one of her quilts was, what was it called? Oh, Sew by Row. You can look it up. And so it's a row design, quilting in a row. And the first row is scissors, and then there's little tomato pincushions, and then there's little vintage sewing machines and little irons and stacks of fat quarters. So cute. I didn't do the quilt because it was very large, and I really don't have anywhere to display it in the quilting room, because that's what I'm doing. I'm decorating my quilting space. So I decided to do the cross stitch. And, you know, I already confessed to not being a cross stitcher, and I got kind of reeled in by these adorable designs. And so at Sewcation in June, my friend from New Jersey, she did help me. I have to tell you a funny story. So I show her the project that I started on my own, which is she believed she could, so she did, which is a little wall hanging of the sewing machine I showed you before. Just seen her face when she looked at the back of my work, and I just looked at her and said, "What?" Her reaction was priceless, and it had laughter in it, so there was nothing vicious about it at all. It was just so funny because she's a very experienced cross stitcher, and yeah, it was fun. So of course I teased her about her reaction the whole time. Anyway, she got me started, and so I don't really have a lot of progress on that to show you. And I'm going to have to go get my other cross stitch because I forgot to bring it downstairs to show you, but I will. But the thing is about the cross stitch is it's just like quilting. Color, design, I just love it. And so that's kind of a new thing for me. And so I'm starting to do a little bit of cross stitch, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, I crochet, I applique, I cross stitch now. The only thing you will not see me doing is paper crafts, because those people, those paper craft people, they cut up their paper and then they put it back together in a different design. That's kind of crazy. Not like quilters. I mean, we cut up our fabric and put it back in a new design, and that's cool. The paper, I can't do it. It's adorable to look at. As you know, I have a die cutting machine, a die cutting business, and the dies that I buy are for paper cutting. Of course, I cut wool with it. You can cut anything with them, but when I go on the website to look at what's new, I see all these paper crafts, and I'm like, don't look, don't. They're so cute, you want to do them, but I will not. I have enough crafts, I promise you. So I won't be a scrapbooker anytime soon. So anyway, I signed up through the Fat Quarter Shop, a quarterly cross stitch. So I talked about it on my video before, and I said it was really going to be fun because they were small stitch cards, very manageable, and I was going to use them as, you don't start off in quilting and do, a double wedding ring. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I did, but normally you wouldn't. You work your way up to, you build your skills. And so I thought this would be really fun. It only comes quarterly. Your tiny little designs. You can make them into little pillows, smalls, for your smalls bowl. It'll be great. Well, when I was at Sewcation and I was talking to my stitching friend, she's listening to me and her eyebrows are going like, what? She goes, you didn't sign up for that. You signed up for the quarterly cross stitch. You're going to be getting a pattern, So I'm like, whoa. I just went way in over my head. And I thought, all right, I can cancel any time and I could switch over to what I thought I signed up for. But I said, let me wait because, I got the tracking notice that my first one was on its way. And then I opened the package. I got this cute little bag. I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but it's mesh, plastic mesh. And there's little colors that look like sprinkles that you would put on ice cream. That should have been my clue. So then I open it up and I take out the little package. See how adorable it is? And so every month you get a pattern, you get the floss, you get a prize notion and a tool of some kind. And, a gift, some doodaddy things. So I have to unbow it because I want to take it out and show you. And so when I got it, I was like, oh, first of all, those are my kinds of colors. Orange, turquoise, yeah, acid green, chartreuse, whatever you want to call it. And so I will show you ta-da how cute. Now, this is my speed, my skill level. So when I saw it, I was very happy. Later, when I was, scrolling online, I see comments about people that receive their quarterly, and they were so disappointed. And I thought, I'm sure there's going to be months when I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm so happy with it. I didn't want to tell them I was happy. So that is called Hello Summer, cross-stitch pattern by It's So Emma, which is Lori Holt's cross-stitch line of patterns. And I also got the fabric to stitch it on, which is a navy blue. Can't really tell in the package. It's navy blue Ada. What I'm finding out as a cross stitcher is the Ada is easier for me as a beginner. The cross stitch that my friend is helping me with is a little more challenging. And I did sort of put it aside because I want to get a little bit more practice on projects like this, because that one is really going to be special to me. And so I want to make sure that I feel skilled enough. Tag. So these are cross-stitch finishing dots. My guess is they're little sticky dots that probably help in your finishing. It's pretty self-explanatory by the title. I'm sure when I'm ready to use these, I will find a video on how to do so. So that's kind of a fun thing, because I would not even have known about them. And then I got a John James needle, and I am assuming, I don't know for sure, it looks like it's a cross-stitch needle. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It has a very large eye, and when I was getting help from my friend with cross-stitching, she saw my needle, but yeah, it was like a nail. And she said, you can't cross-stitch with that. And she gave me one of her needles, and oh my goodness, it makes a difference. So I didn't know, because, I'm new at it, I didn't know that I had the wrong size needle. And so what it was doing, it was pushing floss from the background out the hole, and it was causing me some problems. So I have that needle, keeping it very safe. And now I have a second one. And of course, next time I place an order with Fat Quarter Shop, which seems to be a weekly occurrence, I'll grab a package now that I know what to buy. And then the last little goodie is an enamel needle minder. And it's an ice cream cone. And I don't have a needle minder. And so it's themed to go with the project. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before about cross stitchers. They're adorable. They have project bags that match the project. Well, a lot of them. Some of them are like no frills like me. I just get my Amazon zip top bags. It's good enough. But I have to tell you, it is really cute when you have a project bag that matches your project. Because now I have, my little summer thingy with a summer themed bag. It is kind of adorable. And look, it is an exclusive through Fat Quarter Shop. It's just fun. It's just fun. And I can see this being used for lots of other things when this project is done. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going to continue with their quarterly. Because I think it's fun. So I'm going to continue with it. If it starts to go a little over my head, you can always gift these things to people you know. You don't have to keep everything. Maybe that's what I should tell those ladies that are unhappy with their quarterly. Maybe it's just an opportunity to gift it to somebody who doesn't normally cross stitch, and then they will love cross-stitching too. And you get a new stitch friend. I know how to make stitch friends. So anyway, that's the update. So, just want to show you a couple other little things. Oh, I do have. So anyway, this is my sew by row cross stitch that my friend is helping me with. And I'll show you my progress. Ta-da! 2 scissors. The second scissor has a mistake. I have to rip out 1 extra stitch in the wrong place. These scissors took the entire day. The entire day. I'm not kidding. But, you know, speed isn't everything, right? And so, that's that one. I also got a downloadable project of this flag. And it looks like a very good practice one because it's very solid coverage and a simple enough chart. So I like it. So I did get that. It was a downloadable, so I printed it out. And then I ordered some Ada cloth because I didn't have any of that chalkboard color. And I got 2 different ones, and then I got a black. Because I found these ladies, actually one of the first cross-stitch videos I stumbled across were these 2 ladies, and they call themselves the Real Housewives of Cross-Stitch, Chelsea and Priscilla. And wow, they're pretty hot in the market. And they're fun. They're a fun couple. Well, it's a mother-daughter team. Mother-daughter teams have a special place in my heart. And, you know, they do everything on chalkboard, on black. I don't know the history. Apparently the mother does chalkboard designs, and then they get created into a cross stitch. Pretty cool, kind of fun. And then there's a little bit not cross stitch related, but when you have your cart and you're trying to get free shipping, you buy the things that you say, oh yeah, I need one of those. And when I had my shop, we did the pineapple trim tool by Creative Grids. We did quilts. We did a lot of quilts, a lot of classes and stuff. And I actually had 2 rulers. I loaned one out, didn't get it back. When that happens, it's okay. And then I don't know what happened to the other one. I have the mini, but I don't want the mini. So I had to buy a new pineapple trim tool ruler because my stitchy friend, initials AA, from, no, I'm sorry, SA, from Connecticut. You know who you are. My roomie. Midnight Quilter. She says, do you want to do a scrappy pineapple quilt with me and so? I'm like, yeah! Boom, got the tool. Okay. So, my cross-stitch world now includes that quarterly, and then the Real Housewives and their really fun projects. I joined their calendar crates program through Fat Quarter Shop. In calendar crates, there's no crate involved. It's just the finishing piece is kind of this plank of wood from Hobby Lobby. It has little hooks and a little mason jar, and you can put your finished project on it. It is very cute. I don't know if I would put it on that particular kind of crate board that they have, because I have very limited decorative space in my house because it's tiny. But I have a couple of other things that I mount a lot of my wool stuff on that I think it would look nice on. But the reason I'm doing it is because it's an opportunity for me to work on the black background. And I'm going to tell you what my hesitation is, or my motivation to do it, is when I use black fabric with quilting, or if I have to quilt, a long arm quilt, a black quilt, I can't see it. I mean, it's very difficult. Like even when my vision was better, it's hard to see. And I am concerned that I'm not going to be able to do it. But I also know that you can backlight Aida cloth to see the holes better. And so at the end of my video, when you're watching the how-to and you see my beautiful new light box that I gifted myself, I think I'm going to be okay if I, backlight the Aida cloth. I think I'll be fine. So we'll see. And you know what? It's a challenge. I like challenges. So that's it for my stitch time. It was supposed to be a week. I think I should have, oh yeah, you know what? I just looked over my shoulder. So I talked about a pattern I got on Etsy for these little pouches, and I was going to hang them on a pegboard to put my... And so I tried the pattern, and guess what? It's not going to work for what I need. So this is the little pouch, and it would have a little handle here. And it's not going to hang, as you can see, it's not going to hang on that peg wall. So it's better made to sit like this. Looks like a mini cat bed. But, so I just have to hand stitch the binding around the center here, and then I'll put stuff in here, and I'll use it, I'm sure, for notions and things. But I'm still on the lookout for the right pattern for that little peg wall, that little peg bar that I showed you. I'm still looking for the right one because I know there are patterns out there. I have seen them on Pinterest. And so I will be able to find like a little pouch that can hang, and you could just plop things in it. I know I'll find it. But one of my friends did ask me, how'd that turn out? And so it's a good pattern, but it isn't what I thought I would need. And, so I'll give you an update on that. That's it for me. I hope you have a really great stitch week. And, even if you can't find a lot of time to sit and sew something, just sew a little bit. Just find your joy every day. And even if your joy is just looking through a magazine about your craft, or scrolling through Pinterest or Instagram, it's still giving you joy. And that's what our crafts are about. Makes me a happy person. That joy translates through everything I do in my day, and everybody wins. So I hope you find your joy every day. And, comment below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. No, don't tell me what you didn't like. I'm very emotional. I might get like, hurt. Not really. I won't, because you know what? We're all different. But I wanted to also give you a quick update that I have my dates for 2022 Sewcations at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. So, I know that we're going to start having friends see these videos from miles away, and I want you to know that you can join us here in Massachusetts. You can fly into Logan, which is the airport in Boston, and you can easily grab the Logan Express and an Uber to Sturbridge, or you can check flights into Worcester Airport, which is a smaller regional airport. Logan is an international airport, and of course you'll find more flights. Anyway, come and join us, because our Sewcations are 3 days of stitching fun, and next year in 2022, I have secured 10 Sewcation dates. So all of that information is going to be available very soon on my website. Now, in all fairness to everyone involved, and give everybody a fair opportunity to sign up for Sewcations, the dates are going to be posted. You'll be able to shop for certain dates and purchase them and, guarantee your seat. It's the only way you can guarantee a seat is to pay for it, because this all goes through an e-commerce website. And so, for example, You'll be able to start buying seats at the January sewcation in September, and then the February sewcation in November, so that I space them out and give people enough opportunity to sign up, because we're limited on seating. We can only fit 40 people comfortably, and I don't want to go over that, because I want everybody to be comfortable and have enough space. So anyway, look forward to that on my website, which is stitchingwithgina.com. Of course, I'll include a link in the description, which I have to tell you, last video I had a whole bunch of links for the description and they would not post. So I apologize for that. But anything that you want some information on, you can always email me. You can go through my website and email me in the Contact Us form, or you can just email me at gina@grabandgokits.com. That's it for me. I'll see you next time. And if you want to join us for Stitching Joy, check that out on my website, and you can sign up anytime. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time with my Stitch Week report.